Shannon, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much will Jalen help Miami?
He doesn't play offense. I still believe everything they do is contingent on Tua's health. And as great as the defense, and then, you know, a lot of times they were feast or famine. I thought they played too much cover zero, which they brought the house and left people vulnerable on islands by themselves. I thought they did too much of that, Skip. But I think he's going to help, although he did not have one of his better years. He gave up 7 touchdowns this past season, which was the second most of any corner in the NFL. I think the thing is, Skip, I think Ram is better in press coverage than off, because when he's off, his mind wanders too much, he guesses too much, and it gets him in trouble. He's still a tremendous athlete. He still can tackle the football incredibly well. He can dislodge receivers from the football. And like I said, he's a willing participant in the run game. And that's what you want from a corner. That especially, Skip, a cornerback that plays man, that's on an island, you have to be a good tackler, or the guy's going to break off and the receiver's going to get tremendous run after the catch. And you pair him with another All-Pro in Xavier Howard. Yep. Chubb has an entire season in that system, and they're going to get better. So, Skip, I'm going to say, I'll say 6.5, maybe a 7. But even though with Chubb and Ram and Xavier Howard on that side of the ball, it still comes down to Tua. It still can. And again, Skip, what did it come down to last year? It came down to Tua. Yep. And if Tua can stay healthy, which is a huge ask, considering that he limped into the NFL, and it seems like he's limped out of every season since he's been in the NFL. If he can't stay healthy, they can't play. Skip, look at the Cowboys. The Cowboys had an outstanding defense. They had a top 5 defense. And when your quarterback doesn't play well, he can't overcome the greatness.
By the way, there were times I thought they had the best defense. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
And there you go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to break up. I know that's a very sore subject for you.
But it's true.
It is.
Nothing you've said is any truer than what you just said.
And so at the end of the day, and I know it seems that Ram is very happy to be going to Florida, going to Miami. He went to school at Florida State. He's from Tennessee. And it seems that he's
from
very
Nashville.
Yeah. It seems like he's very, very excited to be going back to the state of Florida.
Yep.
But I'm going to give it a 6.5, maybe a 7. I think he did not have his best season. I think he's anxious to prove, although he's gone to 6, if I'm not mistaken, 6 straight Pro Bowls. Yep. He's one of a handful of players that's made the Pro Bowl every single season. He's a 3-time first-team All-Pro. So you know the ability is there. But last year was not his finest hour, and it started the previous year in the playoffs.
It did.
The Rams, and it just snowballed, and he didn't.
Because Mike Evans got him late, just scorched him.
Yeah, and he didn't recover. So I'm looking for him to have a bounce-back season. I expect him to have a bounce-back season and to show that, you know what, I'm still... Because everybody right now, Skip, they're talking about the Surtains. They're talking about the Sauce Gardners. And he's like, hold on, wait a minute. Did y'all forget me? Did y'all forget Ram? I'm a first-team All-Pro 3 times. I'm a 6-time Pro Bowl player. Not so fast. I'm right here. I'm still here, and I'm still in the lead corner. And I'm sure he wants to get back to that.
Okay. I essentially agree with every point you made. I have to break our question into 2 parts.
Okay.
If I just take Jalen Ramsey as an acquisition in and of himself and by himself, I'm going to give it a 9 because I was highly impressed. And I'll get to why I was impressed even more so in just a moment.
Okay.
But when I put him in the context of the team of the Dolphins, I'm with you. I got to pull it back to a 5 because there's only so much impact he can have on one side of the ball.
Right.
Okay. What do I know about Jalen Ramsey? He's still only 28. He's played 7 seasons, so this will be his 8th. He won't turn 29 until October 24th, so he'll play more than half a year at 28.
Correct.
That's heart of prime to me.
Right.
He did not have his best year. All of his stats fell just a little bit off last year. And how many times do we come out here and talk about he's torchable? Every once in a while you look up and he's chasing somebody. Okay, I got it. But he's still really, really good. And Pro Football Focus ranked him, graded him for the whole year as the 3rd best corner. Well, I'll give you that because he is that. He has proven to be that. He is a difference maker, as we saw 2 years ago. He made a huge difference in a team that went on to win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I'm going to disqualify and disregard most of what I saw from the Rams last year because they pulled out all the stops. and they said, F them picks, and they went and got J. Ram, and they got everybody else, and then they gave everybody their money except J. Ram, and now they're having to pay the piper.
Right.
Last year, they were paying the piper because not only did they get decimated, but as you know, because you've won Super Bowls before, it's hard to dredge it back up the next year, and they couldn't. Obviously, Matt Stafford got hurt, and once that happened, it was already starting
But he was playing bad.
He was playing bad. The wheels are starting to come off, and everybody is suffering Super Bowl syndrome last year. So I pretty much throw out the whole year. I'm not going to write him off because his stats went down, because all their stats went down last year. Even Aaron Donald didn't have the impact last year that he had the year before. Okay, so now you went and got Vic Fangio, and I have high regard for him, not as a head coach, but as a coordinator, because his defense is J. Ram's defense, and he will fit like a glove at that corner. And
listen, a lot of man coverage.
Hey, you give Vic Fangio 2 big-time corners, it makes all the difference. Like right now in Dallas, I got 1 very good corner, and I got none over there.
Right.
Which brings me to my point. I wanted Jerry Jones to go get J. Ram because he's that good. Right. He's still got that much football left. And to your point, once he gets out from under, because they gave Aaron Donald his money, they'd already given J. Ram his money 2 years ago. Right. Really, it's almost 3 years ago now. So he's going to make what he's scheduled to make. So it's $17 million this year, then $18.5 next year, and $19.5 the following year. So you got him under contract. Well, that's fairly reasonable by today's standards money for him. Yeah. For him. I know the numbers are down. I think he can still be that guy. Right. I think he could still be first-team All-Pro next year, revitalized, refreshed, change of scenery, clear the decks, let's start over. I got to reprove myself. I love all that because he's not an older player to me.
And he doesn't have an injury history.
He doesn't have an injury history. That's why I said, remember it came up, I don't know, a month or so ago, and I said, Jerry, just bite the bullet. This is the piece to the puzzle. We're on defense. You give Dan Quinn two shutdowns. Right. At the corners, you give them bookend corners?
Yeah, but Jerry's looking at it, Mike. I'm bringing him a $20 million corner, and I got Trayvon Diggs over there.
I got it. I know, but at some point, you just have to close your eyes and plunge and see if this coming year you can pull it off. And then you figure it out after that. You just say, whatever I have to do.
So you ready for Jerry to say F them picks, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, it's F them picks because Jerry's all about them picks. Because Jerry's whole ego is tied to, I got final say in the draft. Right. When he goes out to dinner in Dallas, he boasts to his people at the table, yeah, I picked him, and I picked him, and I signed off on that, and it was my idea to go get him, and it's all about building through the draft. Well, after a while, you can only build so far because every once in a while, you have to go out and plunge because the system allows you this cap space where you can mix and match your cap. Now you got $30 million, then you go out and you plunge and you say, we can fit J. Ram under our cap. Right. And again, it didn't cost that much to go get him because...
On the third.
Yeah, it's a third-round pick. Okay, and the tight end, I don't know anything about him. But whatever. But Jerry could have pulled off that deal. You could have given up a third-rounder and one of your young tight ends.
I think Jerry was more concerned about the money. I think that's what scared Jerry away.
Okay, because he's always afraid of the money. Yet I say, well, you got to spend it on somebody, right? So he overspent it on his quarterback, and so you're stuck with the quarterback.
Oh, but you see what they redid the quarterback. So he's only 27 this year, but 60 next year.
Okay, and they redid Zach Martin a little bit. It's just moving money around.
Oh, you're
still going to get your money.
Yes.
But you're going to get it
right now. You get it right now.
Okay, I got it. So now back to the Dolphins. I'm not a Tua fan. I'm a fan of his off the field because I think he's a great kid. Right. And I think he's a pretty good leader of your football team. But it's hard for the football team to trust him when he can't stay healthy.
Can't stay healthy.
And it's also hard for the football team to trust him when his arm is like a pop gun arm.
It is.
And it's again, I'm not doubting the accuracy of it. I'm not even doubting his guts to go out there and do the best he can.
Well, Skip, with an arm as weak as it is, if he wasn't accurate, he couldn't play in the league.
He couldn't play in the league. So you went and you got him 2. You didn't get him 1, you got 2. So now you got the 2 best corner as a tandem, and you got the 2 fastest receivers, and see what Tyreek did in that track. My God, I don't even know who the other guys were, but he just blew them off the track.
Me, you, and
that is correct. Okay, that is correct. But you see him blow by people on the football field, and you say, I've never seen anything like that.
I just want to go to practice. I just want to watch one-on-ones with Tyreek and Ram and Xavier Howard. That's all I want to see.
Okay, because they are going to be, there's going to be some talking and talked.
Yeah.
Okay, I get all that. But in the end, Tua had reportedly 5 surgeries at Alabama. And I'm saying, okay, he's had 5 surgeries. He's not the most athletic or mobile guy to start with.
Right.
And his arms it's under average.
Yes.
At best,
Yes.
it's under average. I'm being nice about it. Okay? How is that guy going to thrive in the league? Well, he got a new head coach who was his new coordinator, Mike McDaniel, and they did the best they could with him. And for a while, it was clicking along pretty well.
Right.
And he's just going to get banged up.
Yeah, it is. He's
not very big. He's not put together the right way to take the beating that you take at this level in this league. So how far can you go? That's why I thought if they got a shot, again, the owner is a Michigan man. Tom Brady there's still speculation out there. He would still, for the right circumstance, come back and try it again and say, April Fools, I unretired for a second time. It would not be a good look for Tom Brady, but I thought if anywhere set up for him, Miami would set up for him because he obviously entertained the notion a year ago. They got busted.
He wasn't entertaining. He was going.
He was going. Okay. All right. So all of a sudden you say, would he be a little better than Tua next year? Yes, he would. He just would, because I'm pretty sure Brady could stay healthy next year because he knows how to stay healthy.
Well, you're going to have to basically, Skip, the throw the ball deep down the field with Tua with the play action and throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, by the way, they just exercised his 5th-year option. Right. So it's done deal. Right. It's Tua or bust.
Right.
Okay? Good luck. So you have surrounded him just about the best you could surround him. And I love the plunge ability of all this because they just keep saying plunge, plunge, plunge. Right. We're going to do it now. So if you're going to have to close one eye if you're running the Dolphins and hope that Tua can stay upright for, I don't know, 14, 15 games. Right. Just hope. Yeah. Maybe. And if you get that, you could have something. I mean, the one thing you can't criticize the Dolphins, they go for it. And, they made the trade for Bradley Chubb. Did they?
They gave big money for Xavier Howard. Yeah. They made the trade for Tyreek. Huge. They made the trade now for Ram. So, Skip, there ain't no, man, they sitting on, Stephen Ross got all this money. He won't spend, no. He spent that money.
He spent that money. And they are in what's called the American Football Conference, AFC, and it is loaded with arms. It's just arms.
It's an arms race, Skip. It's an arms race.
It just is.
So if you play Buffalo, you gotta find a way to neutralize Josh Allen. You gotta neutralize Joe Burrow. You gotta neutralize Patrick Mahomes. I believe the Chargers. You believe the Chargers will be better this year, and they got an outstanding quarterback. It was reported Brian Flores was all in on Justin Herbert. He did not want Tua. Stephen Ross wanted Tua. Okay. Can you imagine with that kid's arm throwing the Waddle and Tyreek?
I cannot imagine. So is Aaron Rodgers, we're going to talk about this in a moment, is he going to be a Jet next year?
Right.
Or you're going to have to deal with it?
Yes.
So now they got 2 pieces to deal with him, and it's going to be hard for Josh Allen or Aaron Rodgers to deal with those 2 shutdown corners. Yep. So congratulations there. Condolences because you said we're going forward with Tua.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
Basically, that's what it is. Yep. You got to hold your breath.
Yep.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.